Tennis my whole life, and I wanted to share with you some of the basic tips for a great tennis game. Tips for a return of serve. When faced with a hard serve, shorten your backswing as much as possible, but use the follow-through if your return is to have pace and direction. You can slice your return on a fast serve or simply block it back. The technique in doing that is draw the racket back slightly and stick it out in front of the ball. Make your wrist firm and the contact solid so as to make a good shot. Most importantly, always strive to keep the ball in play. The forehand. The forehand can be one of the most essential parts of the tennis game. Eye contact with the oncoming ball is essential to ensure your racket and the ball make consistent, solid contact. When making a forehand, your eye should follow the approaching ball the moment it leaves your opponent's racket. You keep your focus on the ball, and by maintaining continuous eye contact, you will be able to judge the ball's direction, speed, and angle of approach to decide what actions you will need to take in order to hit the ball squarely. If you can consistently strike the ball at the center of your racket, it's also called the sweet spot, you will be able to add more power to your swings without making any other changes. At this stage, the moment the ball leaves your opponent's racket, you can pretty much gauge what's next. Depending upon the speed of the ball, either go forward, stay where you are, or go back. Swing, follow through, and get back into position for your return. The backhand. Most players have the most trouble with the backhand. The backhand is genuinely more difficult to learn than the forehand. There are three distinct strokes: the one-hand topspin stroke, the two-handed topspin stroke, and the slice, which is best achieved as a one-handed stroke. The most popular shot now among advanced players is the topspin stroke, but many of today's top players still use a two-handed stroke. The advantages are obvious, and so are the limitations. The serve. The serve is essential to a great tennis game. Start with the service stance from the right court, holding the racket with particular grip that you choose to play with. There are multiple types of grips: continental, eastern, and western. You have to find the best grip that works for you. Push your weight from the back foot forwards to your bent knee as you part racket arm and tossing arm. Turn the hitting shoulder so the racket arm and the tossing arms align. Release the ball and the racket in front of you and slightly to the right when your tossing arm is at full stretch, with the face downwards at the end of its takeback. Bend the racket arm and elbow to bring the racket up, leaving the left arm pointing at the ball. At the peak of your toss, be sure not to throw it too high. Drop your racket into the throwing position, keeping your elbow high. As the ball begins to fall, the left arm begins to drop away. Hit, follow through the serving position. Be sure not to let your toss too fall, or you'll end up swinging your toss right into the net. These are some of the basic tips for learning how to play tennis. I hope that they help you on your journey to a great tennis game.